German unification was a key goal of the 1848 revolutions. The Frankfurt Parliament, the first freely elected all-German assembly, meeting in St. Paul's Church from May 1848, drafted a liberal constitution in March 1849 for a federal empire excluding Austria, featuring universal male suffrage, basic rights, and a hereditary emperor heading a constitutional monarchy. On March 28, 1849, it elected Prussian King Frederick William IV as emperor. In April, he refused the crown, viewing it as illegitimate, a crown from the gutter, since it came from a revolutionary popular assembly rather than by divine right or agreement of the German princes. He also feared opposition from those princes and potential intervention by Austria and Russia, dooming the unification effort. On September 30, 1862, Otto von Bismarck, as Prussian minister-president, delivered his famous Blood and Iron speech to the Budget Committee of the Prussian Landtag on September 30th. He argued that Germany's unification would not be achieved through liberal speeches and resolutions, but through Eisen und Blut, iron and blood, military force and Realpolitik, defending increased army funding amid constitutional conflict. The opportunity finally came in 1870, when a Catholic prince from the Prussian Hohenzollern family was offered the Spanish crown. France panicked. A Prussian prince on the Spanish throne felt like encirclement. The prince withdrew. But France wanted more. So the French ambassador confronted King Wilhelm I of Prussia while he was on holiday in the town of Ems, demanding a permanent promise. No Prussian prince would ever take the Spanish throne. Wilhelm refused, politely, firmly. That should have ended it. Instead, the king sent a calm report back to Berlin. Otto von Bismarck finally saw the opportunity he had been looking for. Anne carefully edited the message and to make it sound like an insult. On July 14th, France's national holiday, Paris woke up to newspapers describing a public humiliation. Crowds poured into the streets. War was demanded. The Franco-Prussian War began when France declared war on Prussia on July 19, 1870, following Bismarck's provocative editing of the EMS dispatch. Viewing France as the aggressor, the southern German states, Bavaria, Württemberg, Baden, Hesse-Darmstadt, rallied enthusiastically to Prussia's side amid surging nationalism, fulfilling Bismarck's goal of unifying Germany through war. Both of Bismarck's sons, Herbert and Wilhelm, served as cavalry officers. Under Chief of Staff Helmuth von Moltke's brilliant strategy and superior mobilization via railways and breech-loading artillery, Prussian-led German forces achieved rapid victories. Key battles occurred in August 1870, culminating in the capture of Emperor Napoleon III and the army of Chalons at Sedan, September 1st to 2nd, while MacMahon's other army was besieged and surrendered at Metz, October 27th. Decisively crushing French resistance in just months. A new government rose in Paris and fought on, but German forces pushed forward, surrounding the capital. Paris fell in January 1871. With the Franco-Prussian War nearing victory, Bismarck swiftly negotiated unification treaties with the southern German states, Bavaria, Württemberg, Baden, and Hesse-Darmstadt, in November 1870, granting them special privileges, like retaining their own armies and peacetime and postal systems, to overcome monarchist reservations. Surging patriotic fervor from the war triumph silenced remaining opposition. On January 18, 1871, amid the final phase of the conflict and French humiliation, King Wilhelm I of Prussia was proclaimed German emperor by the assembled princes in the Hall of Mirrors at Versailles Palace. The new German Reich was a federal state comprising 25 entities, including 4 kingdoms, grand duchies, duchies, principalities, and free Hanseatic cities, with significant local autonomy. The emperor, as King of Prussia, held primacy but was merely primus inter pares, first among equals, rather than an absolute sovereign over the entire empire. The balance of power in Europe had shifted. And for the next 20 years, Bismarck stood at the center of it all, a master of power, pressure, and consequence.